Over 4.5 inches of rain has fallen in Norman, Oklahoma in the last 24 hours. The MVP so far today, the Grounds Crew. They have gotten beautiful, picturesque Loves Field in extremely good shape. The tarp rolled away about 3 hours ago, and we have an Easter Sunday softball doubleheader. What else would you rather have?
Landry in the circle in game one. I expect to see Mississippi State make some adjustments.
First pitch swinging. How's that for an adjustment? It is a blast to straightaway right field by Sierra Sacco. And Mississippi State on the first pitch in the first game of a doubleheader has a quick 1-0 lead. A no-doubter. That was into the top row of the bleachers out there in right field at Loves Field.
And taking the words right out of my mouth, almost perfectly on cue for Sacco, talking about the adjustments and attacking early. Sacco taking the first pitch that she sees, and it was an absolute no-doubter as Sacco walked it off halfway down first base, but Mississippi State answering back and making the first blow here in game two.
Home run number 9 on the year, RBI number 43, and a souvenir on the top row of the bleachers to start this game. This one is ripped out into right field by Barbary. It squirts away from Cassidy Pickering and rolls to the warning track. And so Barbary stops at second with a base hit and an Oklahoma error on the second bat. Payoff pitch off the glove of Lowry, and that'll trickle into right field. Barbary is around third. She'll dive head first across the plate, and it's 2-0 Bulldogs in the first with still nobody out. And that might be error number 2. I mean, that's a pretty routine comebacker to Lowry.
Yeah, Lowry bouncing out of the circle, and as a lefty taking her on that backhand side, and I say bouncing out of the circle, probably could have bounced out of the circle a little bit quicker to move her body to that ball, but looks like it's going to be ruled a single.
May not have even cleaned up their Easter Sunday brunch. Drive to right field. Pickering having a little trouble judging the wind, it appeared, but she's able to pull it in, and alertly tagging and moving up a base Kylie Edwards on that fly ball.
So if that wind is playing a factor for Pickering, it's definitely going to play a factor for anybody else.
That's ripped in between the third baseman Nelly McEnroe-Marinas and the bag into the left field foul corner. An RBI double from Morgan Bernardini that scores Kylie Edwards, and it is 3-0 Mississippi State in the first.
And Bernardini taking the curve rise ball, and lacing it down the left field line. Mississippi State coming out and absolutely throwing the first blow. Already have more hits.
A lot of energy to come out to start this doubleheader. This one back up the middle into center field off the bat of Blaine. Bernardini gets waved home. The throw is a little wide, and the tag applied by Emmerling is late. The ball also came out of the glove of Isabella Emmerling. And so Bernardini scores on Blaine's base hit.
And it was full send of Bernardini the entire way, challenging Hannah Core. A throw on the other side of the plate. Throws out Bernardini, but that throw being on the first base side. And Emmerling having to go.
Smith out of Raleigh, North Carolina, spent 2021 at James Madison University. And this one is popped up into shallow center field. Wind blows that one more towards center field, and Gabby Garcia puts away the.
Had some time out of the bullpen. So a big spot here, treating this opportunity like a start.
Riley Hall on 0-2 lines it right at the Oklahoma shortstop Gabby Garcia.
You line up. It's a good matchup here for Everett.
Cassidy Pickering drives the first pitch she sees out of here. Oklahoma with a response, just like you would expect from the 4-time reigning national champions, and Cassidy Pickering remains red hot.
Pickering says, I'll see your leadoff home run, and I'll give you one of my own. Same spot nearly. First pitch, and just attacking on the inner half. Not very often you see a first inning, 2 pitches thrown to both teams, and just first pitch jack to the same air.
from Nelly McEnroe-Marinas.
Yeah, I don't think it got anyone in the stands, but
I think it was safe landing. I think everybody was okay. And a swing and a miss. A strikeout. That's a response there by Everett after giving up the homer. Think about having to manage your pitching staff in particular when you have to play 2 games in one day, what they've had to go through. As Parker draws the 1-out walk. But not easy when you have to play that many doubleheaders in this
team with 5 losses. You forget the youth that's here.
This one hit hard towards center field. Sacco chases it down, bangs into the wall, and hangs on. What a great play. Sacco, an elite.
Seeing a ton of pitches early off of Everett, and that's what happens when you have an at-bat.
Sanders sends this one all the way to the base of the wall and left. Parker going to be waved around third. She'll score on a standing double by Sydney Sanders, and the Sooners have slashed the Bulldogs' lead in half in the bottom.
And Sydney Sanders recognized it. First pitch on the lower outer part of the plate and going down to get it. Great piece of hitting by Sydney Sanders, but I'm going to give some of that credit to Gabby Garcia in the at-bat that she had just before Sanders.
To 2 down. Bouncing ball off the glove of Edwards into center, and that chases home Sanders to make it a 1-run game.
Agbayani using the dirt, not quite getting pitches to the corner, and Agbayani does such a tremendous job of taking the ball the other way. There are very few hitters that hit the ball where it's pitched. It sounds like a simple thing, right? It's almost cliche. Hit the ball where it's pitched. You hear it.
On the move goes Agbayani. The throw is on target, but it's dropped out there. That was a really good throw, it looked like, and I think the Bulldogs so it is a caught stealing. And the Bulldogs, Samantha Ricketts with a
game over in the circle, treating this as if you started this game and working to throw ground balls just like that.
So Isabella Smith has retired all 3 batters that she has faced. She's a very self-made player, and when others have doubted her, she has believed as she sprays this one toward Abigail Dayton for the 2nd out, but hit that ball pretty well.
Yeah, when you hear Coach Ricketts talk about Sacco.
Scored a run after her base hit in the 1st inning. Lifts this one to deep left field. Abigail Dayton to the warning track. The wind knocks this one down, and it's caught for the final out. Abigail Dayton was really an energy provider in Friday's game. She was 3 for 3 in that game. And so
2 walks in 2 innings here in this ball game.
Everett with 152 strikeouts, top 5 in the SEC this year, and she's able to throw that one past Emerlin. Bunts it toward the first baseman, Hull, and she'll tag Cora going down the line. Moving to second is going to be Abigail Dayton. She is there with 2 down. 43rd RBI. In the air, well hit to center. Retreating is Sacco. She'll come in a couple of steps and take care of it. Inning is over. Leadoff walk and a runner left for the Sooners. It's 4-3 Mississippi State heading to Triton. Full count here on Edwards, who singled and scored her first time up. Drove in a run, and she's on base again.
So similar.
And she has reached base safely in 7 straight. This one rolled to third. McEnroe-Marinas cleanly over to first for the first out as Edwards moves into scoring position for the Bulldogs.
About it as well, but one thing that it has done is it takes away sometimes that building of programs where you have players who learn from your
Little fly ball, shallow right field. In comes Pickering to make the catch. Tagging is Bernardini, and the throw to third will not get the base runner Edwards.
Just pure aggressiveness on the base paths for Mississippi State. I mean, that fly ball, relatively shallow, out and right. Pickering coming up quickly and firing. But Kylie Edwards tagging. And great, very aggressive on the base paths so far in this ball game.
Wazalowski grounds one to Agbayani for the final out. Bulldogs leave a couple in the third, but carry a 4-3 lead to the bottom half of inning number 3.
The SEC schedule and what she's done against some of the best pitching in the country. I mean, she's been at the heart of almost every scoring opportunity this offense has had in SEC play.
Hits this one to the shortstop, Kylie Edwards, for the first out. That's
in the circle. Makes it tough to have a short memory.
Ooh, that one smoked back up the middle. And Everett fortunate to get out of the way of the line drive by Ella Parker, who's been on base twice in this game. That was a rocket.
To forget that she is just a freshman.
Rolled into the hole. Great diving play made by Styles, but she won't be able to get Garcia. And Oklahoma with runners at first and second now and one away.
Not on that 2-1. Hooked foul, but unleashing on the 2-1.
In the air to right field. Kiara Sells drops the ball. The runners had to hold up, but will still be safe at second and third. And I'm telling you, we've seen this on a couple of fly balls to right field. It's a strange wind. Well hit to left. Bernardini chases it down in foul ground. Ella Parker will tag and score the tying run. It is 4 apiece on a sacrifice fly by Ailana Agbayani, who's driven in a pair today.
And when you talk about situational hitting, Agbayani taking a pitch that she can handle and just lifting it enough, and ball even flared into foul territory, and Bernardini hanging with it at the wall and doing a good job in the strike zone, but has gotten in a little bit of trouble from time to time of knocking those pitches to corners. But there's a corner right there.
Huge strikeout there for Everett to finish the third inning. But we're back even at 4 apiece, headed to the fourth. We will visit with Hall of Fame, because she's had so many performers who were exactly that. This ball hit well to center field, but the wind is going to hold it up as well. It's hard to tell what the wind is doing, in all honesty.
Not necessarily with balls leaving the yard, but a wind playing the factor in right field.
And that's where this one is blowing into the glove of Cassidy Pickering, and Kiara Sells is retired. Quickly 2 down here in this 4th inning, and that's 4 in a row retired by Isabella Smith.
So important to be taking care of the bottom half of the lineup. 2 quick outs of the 8-9 and not allowing Hull to set the table for Sacco.
This one ripped out into right field, and Sacco has her second hit of the day.
And that's exactly. Carberry has good power numbers.
Into left field, and a fair ball. Over to cut it off comes Dayton, churning to third. Sacco waved home, and the Bulldogs have retaken the lead on an RBI double by Nadia Barbary in the 4th.
Barbary knew exactly what I was getting ready to say. I was talking better. And not just a double with a swing of the bat. That was a hit and run. Sacco gone with the pitch and getting down into the left field corner, but Barbary and couple all of that, 2 outs.
Into the gap toward left center field. Hannah Cord chases it down, and the inning is over. But Mississippi State is back on top. It is 5-4 Bulldogs, and we will visit with it.
But working a little bit later and gearing up for the off speed.
This one caught down around the ankles by Edwards for the first out. So Marin off to a good start. Retires the mechanics of each player and what style is most comfortable for every respectable hitter. So this one is flied out to Sells for the second out, and that's JT Gasso is so good at taking what a hitter likes.
forgetting from time to time the youth of players like Cassidy Pickering.
And so Pickering draws the 2-out walk to extend the bottom of the 4th inning. To center field, already playing deep, moving to right center field is Sacco, who hangs with it, and the inning is over. A walk and one left by the Sooners in the 4th. 5-4 Mississippi State moving to inning number 5. Friday's game. That's just under the glove of the diving shortstop Gabby Garcia, and Morgan Stiles has now reached base safely in 8 straight games. She has a leadoff.
Mississippi State has gotten the leadoff runner aboard 3 of the 5 innings.
Nicely done by Garcia to get the lead runner Morgan Stiles out there at second base. Not sure if that ball hit Isabella Smith's glove. She reached down to try to backhand it, didn't quite get there, and probably.
Yeah, one thing, if you look at this Mississippi State offense a year ago.
That goes off of McEnroe Marinas. And Blaine will be safe at first. Sells is safe at second. And the Bulldogs have a little threat going. Fly ball, center field. Core drifting toward right center. Makes the catch. Sells is going to tag and move to third safely. And Grassel.
Over and over, not your typical 9-hole hitter in Sells, who's waiting in the wings.
Swing and a miss. A big strikeout for Isabella Smith. And so Kalani Sells and hard hit to Hopper that just evades the glove of Riley Hall and rolls out into right field. So Oklahoma has the Garcia 1 for 2, bunts it, picked up at third. Barbary, and the throw is dropped at first base by Hall. Everybody will be safe.
Very well executed bunt by Gabby Garcia.
That one pops away from Wesolowski, and the runners will move up. And Sidney Sanders able to just hop out of the way.
Quickly, Oklahoma in a spot to put up a crooked number.
That will score at least the tying run. It is 5 apiece on an RBI single by Sidney Sanders, who's driven in 2.
Her second hit on the day with runners in scoring position, and didn't even finish the swing. Just getting enough and putting the ball on the ground. And I think we've seen it all day long. Let your defense work for you. Let your infield make a play.
There's ball 4. It squirts away from Wesolowski, and the Sooners lead. Head first dive by Garcia to make it 6-5.
Marin here in the 5th, and we've seen quite a few of these drop balls miss in the dirt and sneak away. Now you've got Agbayani, who drew the walk and celebrating with Emmerling and to put runs on the board here in this ball game.
Bunted, fielded by the third baseman Barbary. Her flip to the catcher Wesolowski gets away. A run is in, and the other 2 move to second and third. Small ball for the Sooners in the inning, and they now have a 2-run advantage.
Miscues for the Bulldogs that have gotten them in this position, and you can see Barbary coming in and not getting around that ball to put her body in a position to make the play. Looks like it may have. It absolutely did. So this is all going to be pulled back.
What a great review to spot that in the Mississippi State dugout.
Yeah, that's big time.
And it certainly looks like she's in the batter's box, so it would just be a foul ball. You see the runner Cheney Helton cross number 1, and I think the Bulldogs will win it for a second time today. You can see I'm not good at lip reading, but I believe there to keep it at a 1-run game for now. That one hit Dayton, but she may have been out of the batter's box, and she is out. What a turn of events that is.
A little bit of a botched play again. Barbary trying to pick the ball up with her glove as opposed to her bare hand, and trying to flip as Agbayani steals the bag.
So Agbayani scoots on down to second base on the...
It's a testament to the coaching staff in that dugout, but the players paying attention.
Swing and a miss. 2 down. As Melorius, Macy Simoneau come out. Looks okay though. Nicely done by the shortstop Edwards. Throw to first is on target and the inning is over. A huge challenge and an overturned call in the inning.
Seeing her 10th pitch in the at-bat.
And it hit her. Nope, it hit the bat handle, or did it? No, it hit her. It looked like she had stepped back into the batter's
ball game, but so many momentum shifts.
That one goes under the glove and through the legs of Emmerling. And now the tying run is in scoring position.
It almost feels Mississippi State having some miscues as well.
Hard hit to McEnroe Marinas. She'll throw across, holding the runner Sells at second base. 1 away. Scored a wild pitch, by the way, on the advancement by Kiara Sells. She's also doubled in this game. Her 11th of the year. Popped up. Calling for it is Garcia, the shortstop. 2 down.
Now put the ball on the ground with the opportunity to potentially move Sells, but some of her misses have been uncompetitive off the plate.
So the walk makes it runners at first and second, and the check swing right back to Landry, who puts out the fire, retires 2, and Oklahoma maintains a 1-run lead. 6-5 Oklahoma on
the game. The changeup in the off speed. There is no changing my mind.
Kind of a defensive swing there, but Pickering's gonna beat the play at first base easily, and Edwards just really... Payoff pitch, nubbed back toward the pitcher. Chafin's throw is on time. Pickering going to try to go to third, and she is safe there. Looked like the throw might have been good, and we'll see about the exchange there at third base. So Oklahoma...
The cap of the bat. And a good job by Chafin getting on it quickly, but if you look at Cassidy Pickering, immediately gone, and it was first to third the entire way. And you've got to love the aggressive base running, and on the play, again, throw pretty solid earlier in the game, so very out of the ordinary for Everett, usually in the zone. And there's the third walk for her today.
Ella Parker's been on base all 4 times she's come to the plate. 2 walks and 2 base hits.
Followed up with a throwing error.
Hits this one hard, backhanded by Styles. The throw to second is in time, and what a double play. Excellent throw by Edwards, but the stop by Styles by Sydney Sanders. Sooners tied it on a sac fly by Ailana Agbayani in the 3rd. This roll to McEnroe Marinas, and Sanders tap dances on the bag at first for the first out. Popped up. Shortstop Garcia called off by Agbayani, and the second baseman takes it for the second out.
2 quick outs for Landry. Game of momentum in this game here has been no different.
Oklahoma won 4-0 on Friday. Slow chopper, McEnroe Marinas, and Oklahoma wins it in come-from-behind fashion, 6-5. The Sooners have taken the first 2 games of this 3-game series, and Sam Landry comes on to close the door and get the final 5 outs of this one, DJ.
And Landry entering this game in the heart of this lineup and just having a calmness about her. But this series is not